Let's talk about a little bit more about peptides. What are they and how do they impact the body?
Right. So if you think about proteins, we know that proteins are made up of amino acids. Peptides are also made up of chains of amino acids as well. They're just smaller chains than proteins. And what peptides do in the body is they're signalers. So they say, hey, body, create more HGH, or let's do some healing, or let's take the inflammation down. So they literally signal the body as opposed to like a drug that is coming in and saying, actually not saying, it's just doing something, right? It's
Yeah.
taking an action. So that's part of the reason that these peptides are so incredibly safe and effective as well, because they're actually working with the body. Now, we do have to make sure that your minerals are all in place. It's very helpful if your hormones are all already balanced. So these are things that we want to take a look at before starting to use them. They're just much more effective, and because there can be some quote side effects if minerals aren't in place, things like that. So
Yeah. So when do you start to implement? First, let's talk about when you start implementing peptides and what are the key ones that you like to look at? I know you've got something called the monster stack or the warrior stack.
Wolverine.
Warrior, not monster, warrior stack.
Yeah.
I want to talk about that
Wolverine.
as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So my Wolverine stack is different from other Wolverine stacks. The peptides became popular in the like bodybuilding area way before people started to use them for these wellness applications. And so they had something called the Wolverine stack. And if you are kind of nerdy like me, maybe an X-Men fan, about Wolverine, he has these amazing healing powers.
Hmm.
So that's what the Wolverine stack does. So my Wolverine stack is we start out with something called Lorazotide. And this is an incredible peptide that goes into the gut and it zips up all of the junctions in the gut. So even if you haven't been diagnosed with leaky gut syndrome or any of those kinds of gut things, it is most likely that if you're dealing with chronic inflammation, if you're dealing with chronic symptoms, you probably have loose junctions in there, right? It also does the same thing for the blood-brain barrier, which is huge, and for the liver and other organs. So we are starting out with the integrity. And of course, we all know how important the gut is
Mhm.
to everything in the body. So we start out with the lorazepam. That's my number one. My number two is something called Thymosin Alpha-1.
Mhm.
Now, the thymosins, thymogens, these are all related to the thymus gland in the body. It's really interesting because a lot of the longevity research that's being done is around the thymus gland as well. But of course, it does a lot to regulate the immune system. So we were talking earlier about how, with chronic inflammation, that the kind of the not helpful side of the immune system for what we're dealing with is up and the other side is down,
Mhm.
right? We want to balance that out. And that's what thymosin alpha-1 does, TA1 does really beautifully. And then and it depends from person to person, right? If somebody's dealing with, let's say, mast cell activation syndrome or histamine stuff, then we might start before the thymosin alpha-1. We might start off with something called KPV, which is very specific with inflammation, with taking down inflammation. So that's the next one. So we've got lorazepam, thymosin alpha-1, KPV, and then we're going to bring in two others. I have 5 in my stack.
Yep.
We've got another thymosin. This is a thymosin beta 4 fragment. And this is also going to act on the immune system, but it's more around healing. So all these things are going to help to balance the immune system and heal things. And then BPC 157. So if you've started to dabble in the world of peptides, you have probably come across BP 157. It stands for body protection compound, and it's incredible at healing.
Yeah, I actually tore my distal bicep tendon in my left arm, my non-dominant arm, just a few months ago, actually, before this interview. And I use BPC 157 as part of my regimen, right, to help speed up the healing. And, as of this interview, I think I'm about 10, 11 weeks from that injury. And I'm at like full strength. I never got a surgery. Typically they recommend you got to get, because the tendon tore off the bone. So typically you got to get that reinserted. I decided no surgery. I did a couple different therapies. I did red and infrared pulse wave, red and infrared light on it. I did soft wave TRT, which is kind of an acoustic wave that in there to help healing. I used proteolytic enzymes and I used BPC 157, pretty good size doses of that. And I mean, within 6 weeks, I was, lifting weights. I mean, I felt a lot better. And now, like, the hardest thing was getting back to pull-ups. So normally I could do 15 pull-ups, which is a lot of stress on that elbow joint, bicep. And, now I'm doing 12 pull-ups without any issues. So 10 weeks after, right? No surgery.
It's amazing, amazing, amazing.